Yo, what is up, YouTube? Breezy J here, and I, well, you guys probably don't know that I'm involved with professional wrestling. You guys probably just watch it. There might be some that watch this video and are also involved, but I actually wrestle. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm not famous like the big dogs in WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever, but I wrestle, and a lot of the fans they don't understand what professional professional wrestling titles. You have your wrestling, obviously. You also have attacks and all that, but the main thing is the storytelling. And if you can't tell a story, which involves a lot of charisma, a lot of in-ring action, that's just a side note there. The in-ring action is the silent way of telling a story, but you need to have charisma in order to tell a story. In which Mike Skills is what charisma is all about, and we all see that on other main shows that are broadcast on live TV or on the internet. But there are four different varieties of stories that you can tell. You've got your baby face, or in fan terms, good guy. You got your baby face to heel, which is a good guy going to a bad guy. You got your heel, which is, in fan term, bad guy. And then you got your heel to baby face, which I'll get to that in a second, which is bad guy going to good guy. How to transition yourself from a good guy to a bad guy is is number two, and that is between babyface and heel. And then number four, which is transitioning from a heel to babyface. And then the cycle just kind of rotates itself. So depending on what level you're on or what cycle you're on, depends on the story that you tell. And I'll make this short and sweet, and I'll give you different scenarios in the future. The good guy is you guys know how it is. Let's talk professional wrestling. John Cena, um, Big Show, whatever. They tell a good guy storyline. Um, you know, Tag teaming with other baby faces or whatever. They stay away from the bad guys unless they're, competing against each other. And most generally, when we're talking about, it depends on the storyline, but most generally, the heels, the bad guys, win the match against the good guys. Now, that might be a little far fetched to say because it depends on the story. Good guys typically lose against bad guys. That promotes the villain. That promotes the um, story. But it also depends on how the story is going. If the good guy chooses to go after the bad guy, most generally the good guy either loses or wins. But mainly the villain is what gets the most wins, if you hadn't noticed. Couldn't tell you how much John Cena struggled with that. Losing against other bad guys, winning, picking up against, other bad guys. So there's different varieties of ways you could tell a story, whether you're telling it from a good perspective or a bad perspective, and it's a lot. And you see this a lot on professional wrestling. You see a lot of bad guys and maybe quite a few good guys, but not many. It's a lot easier to be the bad guy than it is to be the good guy. The reason behind that is because you gotta persuade the fans to like you. You got to be on their good side. You got to promote yourself. You got to have them. You got to pretty much do a lot more to have them cheer for you, and that's why a lot of people go bad. That's why a lot of people turn heel. Because it's a lot easier to piss somebody off than it is to get them to like you. It's a lot easier to get boos than it is to get woos. That's what I like to say. You get it? Y'all get my point. And that's why you see a lot more bad guys out there in professional wrestling than you see the good guys. And it's very rare to be a good guy and still cheered. for a long period of time. And you gotta know comedy. You really gotta know charisma to be a good guy. So if you're not very good with your mic skills, you're probably better off as a bad guy. I'm a little bit of both, but I'd rather prefer to be the bad guy. I am an asshole when it comes to mic skills. It's a lot easier for me. I can speak my mind, and guess what? I don't give a shit what other people think. You like me? Okay, good. You hate me? Even better. Great. Good. But you know what? I will give you some demonstrations in the future of what the differences are and how they are. I'm sure you could probably look it up, and you've probably seen it yourself. You're a big enthusiast of professional wrestling. But I'll see you then. Goodbye for now. Stay tuned for another video in the future. Take care. Goodbye. Breezy J. Out.